Hello guys, it's 899 here and welcome to, of course, the Green Border, which only can mean one thing. It is time for the predictions of the State of Origin teams, and obviously the first one, if you've read the title, is going to be me predicting the New South Wales team, whether it be just for one game or just overall the whole squad. We'll probably just say just the team, but it probably will be for game one. But before we get fully into this, there is something I do need to clarify a little bit. Obviously, for those who know about the very recent news that Tom Trbojevic has injured his groin, they don't know how long he's going to be out for, but there is a possibility he's going to miss game one. I'm going to go into this sort of prediction as if Tom Trbojevic has officially been ruled out for Origin. So if he does get healthy enough and actually does get selected, fair play to him. That's just at this point, I'm just saying that he's injury-ridden off. But New South Wales have a little bit of problems with injuries, but I still think they can formulate a team to actually be somewhat competitive. And just final bit of word, this is my opinion. I mean, it's weird. It's like you got the two differences. You got who I think should be in the team against who will be picked, because it'll basically be just the Panthers and the Roosters with a couple of other clubs in between. But yes, this is how it's going to be done. We're just going to pick the teams and just see how it looks, and we'll be doing the Queensland one over the next coming days. If this comes out on the Monday the 24th, then the Queensland one should come out on the 26th. So without further ado, let's start off. Fullback for the New South Wales Blues. This is going to be the easiest one to pick of all the positions. It's going to be James Tedesco, of course. Not really shocking. Tedesco's just going to be one of those players. He's going to be in it till he retires from it. It's not controversial at all. I mean, he is the he's not the captain, but he's a very important leader for the Blues. So that's pretty obvious that he's going to go there. Going into the wings is also a bit of an interesting topic, because Addo-Carr obviously is one of the players who is out, so he can't be brought in. For the wings, I think it's going to be interesting. I do believe Daniel Tupou will be one of them. That's the one I think it's going to be guaranteed. He's probably going to be one of the wingers. But a player that I think should be a winger, and I honestly think it's finally his time to shine, I think Alex Johnson should be called up for the New South Wales team. I'm fairly certain he's never played New South Wales State of Origin Rugby League. And I think it's kind of nuts, because he's a player who's had 2 back-to-back 30 try seasons, and yet is still not being used in representative footy. I honestly think this is the right time for Alex Johnson to be selected. And what's there to lose, especially when it comes to the upcoming centres? Continuing on with the theme with Alex Johnson in the centres, it's going to be a very South Sydney related pairing, if you will. It is going to be Campbell Graham and Latrell Mitchell in the centres. Obviously, we know Tom Trbojevic probably might get caught in there, but I do believe Campbell Graham is arguably the most on-form centre in the competition at the moment. And obviously, you got to have Latrell Mitchell in here for State of Origin. I mean, look, come on. And he's also on very good form at the moment as well. This is where it gets divisive. The 5'8" and halfback. I mean, the halfback's pretty certain. It's going to be Nathan Cleary. That's not shocking. 5'8". The starting 5'8's going to be interesting. There's been a lot of calls recently about Jerome Luai potentially being dropped. Or not rumours, but a bunch of people have been saying that Luai shouldn't really be the starting 5'8". I mean, I can kind of understand it, but I do honestly think that it will just be Jerome Luai. I just think for the consistency with having Cleary in it as well, it's just gonna be clearly obvious and all that, it's just you're not gonna break up the pairing. Going into hooker, it's another one that's definitely gonna be a lock. It is gonna be Damien Cook. Have seen some calls from people saying that beside Coruscant should be the hooker, which I wouldn't mind seeing, but I don't think will fully happen. I mean, Damien Cook is a very solid lock. Now this is where it gets tricky. We go into the forward pack. Now there's a lot of players that can be put in here in terms of props and stuff like that. It's just looking over it, you got a lot of selections. Some of them that aren't even on the thing. You got Campbell Gillard, Jack DeBellin, Payne Haas, Clemmer, Colin Matangi, McLean. It's a bit Vita Pangai Jr., Paulo, the Safidi brothers, Tarek, James Tarmo, Stefano Otakamanu, and Aaron Woods. From what I see in terms of how the props currently line up at the moment, I believe Junior Paulo will be one of them. The other one is a harder one. I feel like for me, it's kind of down to potentially you could have one of the Saifiti brothers. But I feel like the real battle is currently for starting is between Kualamatangi and Campbell Graham. And I'm probably going to have to give it to Campbell Graham to being the two Parramatta boys being the starting props. Second row, again, is a lot harder in complete fairness. You've got Sim Boys, Katoni Staggs, potentially Tyson Frizzell, Angus Crichton. What else? You've got Bryce Cartwright, who I think actually has a proper shot at this, at actually making it. From the way I think it's going to go, I am actually going to go a little bit zesty on this one. I think Hamole Olakau'atu should be selected for the Blues team. Don't know if he's going to be starting, but I do think he deserves a spot. Other second rower, it's hard. It is hard. I feel like it could be a lot of players. I'm probably just going to go who's a solid forward. I'd probably go with Liam Martin. I mean, Liam Martin's also been in the team a fair bit, but I feel like Liam Martin and Hamale Olakau'atu are going to be a fairly decent pairing in the second row. And finally, when it comes to lock, there is a few players that can play in this position. I think it's like, I know Isaiah Yo's also been alright as well, but I mean, it's kind of got to be, if I can actually find it. Where is Jack Jaboyevich? Wait, does Jaboyevich not play? No, there he is. There, Jake Jaboyevich. I think Jake Jaboyevich will be the starting lock. I don't think that's really that shocking. Now we go to the bench. 14, and I think this is a lot of sentiment that a lot of people will actually agree with. Where is he? Let's find him. There we go. Nico Hines to be the 14. I mean, it's something that everyone's been calling for ages. A lot of people are saying that he should probably be the 6. Who knows? But I definitely think Nico Hines is the perfect position for the 14 and 15. If we're going for another back to put in, it's got to be Matt Burton. I think Matt Burton, obviously the Bulldogs haven't been going that well. I mean, probably by the video comes out, it turns out Matt Burton is injured. But yeah, I do think Matt Burton should be able to somehow fit in this team. Now we're going to the interchange for the backs. The backs is going to... No, not the backs, the forwards, sorry. This is going to be interesting because there are a lot of good forwards. I'm not so sure if one of the Saifiti brothers are going to get picked yet. I might go... I'll say Payne Haas. Payne Haas definitely should be one of them. And I think there should be another one around here somewhere if I can try to find them. Actually, yeah, you know what? I think that's it. The final 2 interchange players to play, who will be the substitutes for the forwards, will be Payne Haas and Keon Kualamatangi. Now, that is how I kind of see this New South Wales team playing out, in my opinion. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you all very much for watching. And tune in a couple of days when my Queensland team will be picked up. So thank you all for watching. See you later.